Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Krishna. In this video, I'm going to share with you some absolutely essential coloring techniques that will really speed up your workflow. I'm using Photoshop, but this could also apply to other tools depending upon what you're using. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to just kind of explain what I've got. I've drawn this picture of Absolute Batman here. These are the inks. It's on a transparent background. And my strategy is as follows. I'm going to first of all select the area outside of Batman. I'm going to then inverse the selection and then fill the colors in with a solid color. So how do I do that? In Photoshop, I'm using something called the Magic Wand tool. I want to make sure that I have anti-alias, contiguous, and sample all layers checked. And then you want to make sure the tolerance is at a decent number. I'm choosing 70. If you want to know more about the Magic Wand tool and these settings, I've got a video specifically on that topic. So I'm going to kind of skip through that right now. I'm going to click on the outside. You can see the Magic Wand tool is making a selection outside of Batman. I need to add to the selection. I'm going to hold down my Shift key and click on the other parts that are not part of Batman. So the part between his legs, the part between his arm and his torso. I've basically selected everything outside of Batman. Now if I hold down Shift Command I can inverse the selection. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pick a color. I usually like to go with red, and I'll fill that in. So I'll hit Option, Delete, or Alt Backspace on a PC. So this allows me to see the areas in which I'm going to now apply color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some coloring, but I'm also going to use some color halftones as well from True Grit Texture Supply. So let's start off by zooming in. And I'm going to pick Batman's teeth. I'm going to pick his eyes. Again, I'm using the Magic Wand tool. I might have to shift to the lasso tool to add some small bits that need to be part of the teeth. I'm on this, what I call base layer that contains this red. I'm going to hit Command J to jump that to its own selection, and then Command U. And I'm going to just crank the lightness all the way up. So this is a quick way I can get white into the drawing. All right, next up, I'm going to actually make a new layer, Shift Option Command N. I'm going to select Batman's costume. Again, I'm using the Magic Wand tool. I'm holding down the Shift key. I'm making a selection for as much of the costume as I can. If I zoom in, there are parts that I have not selected, so I'm going to hold down the Shift key and use my lasso tool and basically enclose any of those areas that are not already selected. So there we go. There's another part over here. So holding down Shift will add to my selection. There's another region over here. It's really, really thin and tiny. And there's a few more smaller areas. So I'm just going to make sure that I have all of my selections in place. And I believe that looks good. If I forgot a certain area, I can always come back in and add that in. So in my last video, I talked about the True Grit Texture Supply. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my patterns. I'm going to look for something that looks somewhat grayscale, and boom, right away, that True Grit Texture Supply halftone pattern is applied to this particular area. There are a couple of spots that I haven't colored, no problem. I can always click on the mask that comes with that particular pattern, use my brush, and just come back in and quickly color those areas in. So this way I can quickly get rid of any gaps. Press the space bar down. Just make sure that I'm not missing anything. Looks like I've got all the gray that I want, which looks pretty good. And now I want to color his I guess his underwear. I'm not sure what you'd call that, but I want to color his gloves and I want to color his helmet. These are all things, and even his shoes, I want to color those in as well. So let me just show you a really quick way of doing that. I could go through with the magic wand tool and select all of those regions by itself, but that's just going to take way too much time. So instead, what I'll do is I'll make a very coarse selection around the leg, and then I'll hold down the Shift key. Basically, I'm selecting all of these regions. I'm going to move up, add this to my selection. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I just want to select all of the parts. I can use the magic wand tool for this area right here. But for some of those finer areas that the magic wand tool might not be able to reach, I'm going to have to use my lasso tool. Each of these selection tools has their specific advantages, so it's really important to learn what each selection tool will do. There we go. And then I'll select the helmet. And of course, there are parts that I need to select, so I'm switching back to the lasso tool to get those parts. So I have basically, I think, all of the parts that need to be colored kind of a dark blue. So I'm on the base color layer. I'm going to hit Command J. What it does is it pops those pieces out onto its own layer. And then what I can do is I can hold down the Command key on Mac and click on the thumbnail preview in the layers panel. And what that does is it selects all of those items. That's a really important keyboard shortcut. Now I can scroll down and I can just choose blue. And there we go. Now we've got most of his, looks like there's a couple of small areas here, no worries. Go back to the mask, just paint those regions in. A couple of small areas that I'm missing here, not a biggie. Looks like we got most of it, which is good. So now the last thing I need to do is I need to get his utility belt. I'll follow the same approach here. I'm going to use my lasso tool, make a quick selection. The reason why I'm using the lasso tool is because I don't have to go through and click each enclosed area one at a time. I mean, I could, but that will take me a lot longer to do. So in this case, I've got most of the colors. There's a little part right there. Command J. It pops the utility belt onto its own layer. I can then hit the Command key and click on the image for the thumbnail. I'll color his utility belt. I'm using the True Grit Texture Supply halftones. We can see that that's working pretty well. I'll make a new layer. His face looks like it's pretty easy to select, so I can just use the magic wand tool and get away with that. I'll pick a skin tone for Batman. And the very last thing here is I've got his weapon. And again, because it has a lot of small enclosed regions, I'm just going to make a coarse selection around these different parts. Like so. See, I'm kind of selecting outside of the lines, but it doesn't really matter because that is already contained within the base color layer. So now I can hit Command J. It pops the axe onto its own layer. Command click on the thumbnail. And let's just see if I can make that kind of a dark blue color. There we go. That looks pretty cool. So I've got basically color flats for Batman. I can now go ahead and add my highlights. I can add some shading. But these are some techniques. I've covered this particular approach in a video a long time back, but if you're new to the channel, give this a shot. I think it can really help you out with regards to coloring more efficiently so that you can spend more time creating rather than just trying to go to the swatches panel. One advantage of this approach, if you're using standard colors and not True Grit Texture Supply patterns, is you can quickly color a drawing without having to go back to, say, the color panel each and every time, which is a huge time saver. So if you found some value in this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.